Me competing for the attention of a woman who's already sleeping with someone else, I am coming from such a shitty place to try to get her attention. The very act of me competing makes me lower status. Absolutely not.
That would be. Michael sent me a tweet. This is pretty important, and I'm going to let Michael take the stage here. And it basically has to do with higher body counts in married women and linked to their higher probability.
Can we ask the question before we show the
Michael,
answer?
I'm going to allow you. You know what? As CEO of this show, I'm going to give you Chief Operating Officer alignment. Go ahead, Michael. The floor is yours.
Ladies, put a red, a green if you think it does matter, a red if you think it doesn't matter. Does body count matter? Does a woman's body count matter before she gets married to a man? Does it have any direct correlation to happiness in the relationship? Put a red if you think it does. Red if you think it doesn't, and green if you think it does.
Michael, you have to remind him to put it up high.
Put it up high so we can all see it. Got it. Okay, cool.
So
cool.
we've got about 50-50 situation. We have it doesn't count.
So
yes,
ready?
yes, no, no.
All right, so for those of you who said yes, could you keep your red ones up? The green ones you guys can put it down. If I were to do a study and I were to look at women who cheat in a relationship and women who don't cheat in a relationship, and I was looking at previous sexual partners, would I find more sexual partners in women who did cheat in a relationship or women who didn't cheat in a relationship? What do you guys think?
Did.
Who did? No, you three. You four. Would I find more sexual partners in women who did cheat in a marriage or women who didn't?
No,
Previous sexual partners.
I think they probably got it all out of their system. They don't need to cheat.
Right. So you're saying I should find the same number of sexual partners in women who did cheat and women who didn't cheat before they got married. Is that correct?
I mean,
are you really going to ask them? Like, does it matter?
I think that's
that
weird.
much to
If
you?
you're going to bring an Excel sheet to a relationship, that's weird. Maybe someone got all out of it
I'm not asking anything. I'm asking.
At 30, they're different.
We do a survey with thousands of people, and when we do the survey, we ask women, you women who cheated, how many sexual partners do you have? And you women who didn't cheat, how many sexual partners do you have? When I do this survey, am I going to find out that women who have cheated, are they going to have more sexual partners before they were married or fewer?
How the fuck do we know?
I've never cheated.
Because you can do a survey. That's how you know.
I've never cheated.
I don't know. I never did the survey.
I think high mileage should be with high mileage.
Okay.
That's
cool.
just my opinion.
So the answer that you guys have to give is that you should have the same number of sexual partners for women who did cheat and women who didn't, because you just said, by holding up the red thumbs down, that there is no correlation between a woman having more sexual partners before she's married and the likelihood of her cheating. So if we did a study please.
Okay.
What we should find is that with the same, we should find the same number of.
Punch it a little bit, Malik.
I mean, it doesn't.
Hold on. Well, I love the fact.
Michael, it's Michael's time to speak.
My favorite part is it's all circumstantial and you don't care about studies, and I haven't even pulled up the study yet. Maybe the study agrees with you. You don't know. But the answer is But here's the thing. Women who have cheated in a marriage have 230% more sexual partners before they're married than women who don't cheat in a marriage. So there is now data showing a scientific correlation between high body count and a likelihood of a woman cheating in a relationship. Now, the data is over. The question that you've had on here before, that's a fun question to ask, we don't have to ask anymore. Does body count matter? The answer is yes.
Let's show the data real quick.
I would assume that they wouldn't
show your
cheat
work.
They had enough sex.
Michael, would you be a professor and stand up and should point to something?
So the main thing I want you to look at here is total male sexual partners ever cheated, no and yes, and you go right there. The mean. For women who did not cheat, it was 3.87, and for women who did cheat, it was 8.93. That is 2.5. That's 2.3 times as much. If you read on the bottom, the average number of male sexual partners for married women who cheated on their husbands was 2.3 times higher than those who did not cheat. An independent test found that the difference means between the two groups was statistically significant. So if it was 10% more for women who cheated or 20% more, no, it's 230% more. Like, this is undeniable at this point. That's the first thing.
Give us your final assessment on what happened. You've showed us the evidence. You've laid out your case. I know law school was abolished, but this is something that you're going to allow to show the jury here. Present your evidence and let them know where they should do and how they should implement this information to their life.
If you guys want to sleep with hundreds of men, that's not the issue. That's not the problem we're saying. But what we are saying is there may be some correlation between a woman who either wants to have sex with a lot of men, not being successful in a marriage, or a woman having sex with a lot of men causing different neurological changes or endocrine changes that cause her to not be able to function in a marriage. And so good advice might be, according to this data, to not have a ton of sexual partners before you get married, and for men to not marry a woman with a lot of sexual partners. This is not the only data that's done this. This is just one that was done in 2021.
This is the whole virgin bride situation.
But my point is, I never, with what's a high value man? Keep asking that if you want. Does body count matter? That question's done.
Got it. Okay, last question, ladies, and then we're going to go to the happy ending. And I appreciate the team hanging on. So this is for Rollo.
Okay.
You know, when you ask Rollo, here's what I love about Rollo. I asked Michael, what do you want to talk about today? He sent me a tweet. He did that. Rollo Sterling said, I got these 3 things. I picked one. Rollo sent me an essay. Via text.
That's what I do. I'm a writer.
I'm with you.
Forget about it.
But I respect you so much that I had to include this. So you talked a lot about boundaries. Mm-hmm. And here's sort of the essence of the text. But, you know, we've done a lot of like, what questions do you have? What situations do you have? People basically like send us some stuff. So I kind of, you know, I'm trying to marry the two here.
Sure.
And I want to get your advice here. So you text me essentially this. I'm paraphrasing.
I am writing about this on my Substack, by the way.
You said boundaries should be discovered, not talked about between men and women, right? But woman doesn't have the insight to know and respect boundaries without being told, then she lacks desire, respect, and admiration needed to be considered someone worthy of a man sacrificing anything for her.
Sure.
Silence inspires more concern.
If your silence
with your words,
inspires more concern.
That's when you know you're approaching true respect. And you said that hubris and ego define modern women today. That's not the question, though. That's sort of the setup. Here's the punchline.
Right.
One of the guys, you know, we do Manect. Over here, by the way, shout out to Manect. You can catch us on Manect. You guys should sign up for that, by the way. It's advice to the people out there. Here's one of the questions. And I feel like this could be something about boundaries. Okay. Don't tell me I'm wrong. Just pretend it's
I'll roll with
boundaries.
it.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. Guy says, listen, I'm talking with this girl. All right, we've been texting. We've been doing phone calls. We've gone on a bunch of dates. And on one of the last dates, we have not had sex. We've hooked up a little bit. I asked her how many other guys she was talking to. She says, I was the 4th guy. Right? Meaning she was talking with 3 other guys.
So she's got a roster of 4 guys at least.
What's that?
She's got a roster of 4 guys.
A roster, okay. He then asked, how many are you sleeping with? She said 1. Okay. She says, look, I like you, but you're new, right? So you need to step up to get to the quote-unquote top of her list. But he said, I also like her, but I feel a little uncomfortable having other dudes in her life. And he basically prefaced it, I just met her a month ago. Apparently she's been dating these dudes for a few months. He goes, she basically says, I need to step up in order to get to the top of the list. What do you tell this man?
Eject. That's the first
That's it.
thing.
He's out.
Yeah, he's out. That's the first thing.
The ejection handle's right here between your legs.
Ejection handle's right between your legs. Yes,
Okay.
exactly. It's not even so much the roster, like dating non-exclusively. Like I've written extensively on dating non-exclusively. It's not the dating non-exclusively part. It's the you have to measure up part. You have to. It's putting the carrot and the stick on the stick to get him to do it. What you're looking at in that position, any woman who's telling you that, her reward for you for doing whatever it is, you got to outperform this other guy before I'm going to give you the cookie time for good boy. Right? So it's the transactional nature of it that I would have the greatest problem with. I mean, I've said before, men should spin plates. Women are already natural plate spinners because it's like they want it's being prudent is having this guy's better than this guy, and not necessarily playing them off of each other, although that happens all the time, but it's having non-exclusive options. Confidence comes from options, and I think men need to also develop those options as well. But in this case, this is just outright manipulation right here. So, if that's the case, you're also with a woman who's telling you, when somebody tells you who they are, believe them the first time, and in this case, I would say eject, get out of that.
I'm not going to say this young man's name, but I hope you're listening, and I hope you're listening to Rollo. There's a follow-up, though. He said, she asked me the same question. How many other girls? How many girls am I talking to? And he told her 1 other girl. Should he have lied? Does that change things? Does it matter?
What was her reaction?
The fact that I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like when
they still haven't slept together.
Guess not. No, they have not.
Okay.
Slept
Is he
together.
sleeping with the other girl?
Yes, that's what he said.
Okay. Did he say you better do better than this girl in bed, or else if you want to get the lead role? Because that's essential. Because what I'm doing is I'm trying to compare apples with apples here.
Okay.
So in that case, what would I tell the woman in that case? It's going to depend on what this guy's value is. So again, like I was saying before, women will share a high value guy, whether they know that they're in that relationship or they don't. At least in this case, it's above board. So if he's saying, look, I'm seeing other people, we're not exclusive yet, we're not Facebook exclusive, whatever the hell, whatever
Nobody's exclusive.
Whatever you want to say
exclusive.
it is. But the thing is like, it's not like you're not obligated to stay with me, but this is where I'm at and this is what I'm about. At least he's above board with it. Now, again, the situation is different because he's not saying, well, you better suck my dick better than this girl, because if you don't, then you're not going to get the leading role in my
Maybe you
life.
should.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. Ladies, I don't know if this is the green light, thumb up, thumb up, but what do you think of Rollo's advice? Is it a thumb up advice? Thumb down. Lift it up.
Should he object?
This is your last thing. Should the man eject? Hit the eject button.
She's talking to 4 other dudes.
He's talking to 3 other dudes. He's the 4th. Talking to 3 other dudes.
Sleeping with one of them.
They're going on dates. They're hanging out. They're doing their thing. And she basically says, yeah, like you're one of my roster, but if you want to be that guy, step up. You could be the guy. Thumbs up, stay in it, pursue the girl, put it up high, ladies. Red, eject, keep it moving.
When you met your dude 4 months ago, were you seeing anyone else?
Maya,
actually, no.
You weren't seeing anyone else? Okay.
She needs more information.
eject, he should stay in it.
I'm twisting.
These girls are all confused. Okay.
I have reason.
But I trust your judgment.
What's your
homeboy should eject.
What's your reason?
Okay, so to me, if you could go on dates with different people, right? But once you are sleeping with somebody, you're kind of saying, I am exclusive to that person.
Yeah.
Because you don't know God forbid you're spreading something around or somebody gets pregnant and you don't know who the daddy is. It's so many ways of messed up. You know what? Stay with her. If you're both sleeping with other people and still going on dates, you deserve each other.
Not just not necessarily exclusive with that other man. He is imprinting on her, and I'm having to compete already from this lower level.
The whole thing just sounds
disaster.
bad.
Me competing for the attention of a woman who's already sleeping with someone else. I am coming from such a shitty place to try to get her attention. The very act of me competing makes me lower status. Absolutely not.
That would be not holding
Not
frame.
even
Well,
a question.
then you
eject.
also mentioned that in the girl's case, she's seeing 4 guys,
Bro.
and he's one of those guys, and one of those 4 she's sleeping with, right?
Not
Does that
a good
mean
look.
does that mean those
it's
other 3 guys are still in the running?
If you're dating around, you're not sleeping around, it's a little different.
Yeah.
But if a girl has a huge roster, then no.
Okay.
No.
Guys, I think we have our answer. Buddy, eject. We got it. All right.
Get
It's
out.
time